Are you a huge Cowboy fan?
Die hard.
Okay.
Born and raised, yeah.
All right, explain Des Bryant, Jerry Jones, where you want to start here.
So the Des thing, I'm all for. I think he was a distraction and a bit of a cancer on the team, and I feel like Dak felt like he had to get him the ball. He had to treat him like he was Jerry Rice, but he's not Jerry Rice. He wasn't. He'll make a circus catch, but then he'll drop 5 other balls that he should have had. And so I think for Dak and for the rest of the team, it was tough to force the ball to him if he's not going to deliver. And beyond that, when you have a guy like Sean Lee, who is the Mother Teresa and the captain of this team, when he speaks out against you and says you're a distraction and trouble, you got to believe that guy, and you got to put some weight into that. And the fact that nobody's exactly knocking down his door, I think speaks volumes as well.
Here's another thing, and I mentioned this earlier, and I don't want to blindside you with it, but Jerry Jones is a hypocrite when it comes to the anthem, and that if you don't stand for the anthem, you're not going to play for the Cowboys. But he has no problem bringing in Greg Hardy, who domestic violence or some of these other characters that he's brought in. They can be Cowboys, but if you don't stand for the anthem, and then there's video of Jerry standing during the anthem with his hat on. He was told you got your hat on, kept his hat on while he's, they're playing the anthem. So I have a problem with Jerry when it comes to being hypocritical here.
But where is the hypocrisy in bringing someone in and feeling, once Jerry and Steven and the organization feel someone, has either paid the price or is ready to fully rehabilitate or whatever it is and have a second chance? What is the hypocrisy of that versus feeling that, look, the people that are paying a ticket in here and people that want to come to this show, and that's what they're doing. They're not playing football. They're entertaining. They're putting on a show. And where is it that you can't come in and put on this show the way they want this show produced? And part of that is standing up for the anthem, supporting in their mind and in the fans' minds, supporting America, being proud of this country. Not to say you can't speak up on violence, whatever cause you think you are fighting. Mm-hmm. Maybe there's a time and a place for that elsewhere. And that may be where the NFL needs to go. Give these guys an outlet to speak. Give them a chance to speak on their causes, whatever it is. That doesn't need to be a part of this production. And I think that's what people forget, is that this is a production every Sunday.
Well, the NFL made it a production, though, Chris, because
the NFL gaffed this worse than the USGA screws up the U.S. Open. I mean, it is the NFL should have nipped this in the bud, gone to the players, gone to everybody, and fixed this immediately. They let this go thinking that it was just smoke and there was no fire. Obviously, now it's burning out of control, and they're trying to, put it out now. And no, they absolutely let this thing get out of control, which is unfortunate because it doesn't need to be.
It's just like the Bachelorette. It's out of control. No, but it needs to be out of control. No, it needs to be out of control, right?
Well, some things do. Some things need to be, speaking of the NFL, some things do need to get it out of control so you can fix it. And these guys can be heard, need to be heard. But I see where Jerry is coming from. And when you have Dak and you have Zeke and these guys get it and they stand behind Jerry, and not just because he's their boss, but if you talk to anybody from Jason Witten to Tony Romo, these guys know that Jerry takes care of them. He is a loyal, good guy to them. Say what you will about him, but his players stand behind him, and so I get where he's coming from. Mm-hmm. I get where the NFL is coming from, but just as you said, I understand where the players are coming from too. And you're right; they should have taken care of this a long time. So now, how do you put that genie back in the bottle?
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.